Each week, nearly a dozen movies are released theatrically. 40 films a month, more than 400 a year. That's a plethora of cinema. Too much cinema. You'd have to be an addict to see all that, but don't fret. We've got you covered. This is CinemAddicts.
Hey everyone, what's up? It's a new week of CinemAddicts. This is CinemAddicts episode 344. We're covering movies that are coming out the week of Friday, May 15th, 2026. The movies include Magic Hour, Forge, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe, and Driver's Ed. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. It's such a long title. Maybe that's the only movie we review this week, Eric, because I can't even put it on our podcast title. What do you think of that? We'll just go with one movie.
We're able to say the title twice, and then we're past the time.
That fast. My goodness, that's a long title. How are you, sir? How are you, Eric Holmes?
Not bad. Doing the karaoke stuff. The show's been good. And going to do another one today, so we'll see how that one goes.
I forgot to mention, I remember way back in the day, not back in the day, maybe a year ago, remember Claire used to say, hey, everyone, listen to CinemAddicts or something, goodbye. Remember the Claire outro? It's so funny because about a week ago, we were at Taco Bell, and I was doing my order, and I go, yes, can I have your blah, blah, blah burrito and this thing? And then she just started mimicking me at the back, realizing I was using my fake voice right at the drive-thru, so... it's very funny that my close to 10-year-old
the fake voice isn't only good for a podcast, it's also good for ordering tacos.
Yes. Have you ever tried taco? Do they have Taco Bell up near your area or no?
Yeah, they got Taco Bells everywhere.
Of course. Are you a Taco Bell person or no? No, you just trash. What?
I don't hate it.
You don't hate it? Okay.
No.
You'll eat it. Do you remember the last time you Kiero'd Taco Bell? When did you Kiero Taco Bell? When's the last time you did Taco Bell?
Probably yesterday.
Oh, what did you have? They should sponsor tacos. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, when I get off work and I'm hungry, it's either that or McDonald's because everywhere else is closed.
Oh, so that's
kind of limited.
Tacos. I think you were being a little bit underrated for your love of Taco Bell. It's a lifesaver at the end of a hard working evening, right? Eric Holmes is sort of a lifesaver. Yeah, Taco Bell.
Yeah, there's a particular Taco Bell on Fillmore Street. Kind of on the way home. The people that work there or the drive-through, they're always pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, even though it's like the only place open, it also happens to have some cool people that work there. So I don't mind saying hi to them once in a while.
That's very nice. Eric, you are a very humanistic person. I don't care if they're nice.
Except for when I'm not. Except for when I'm not.
Oh, very good. Eric's throwing himself under the bus. He's a really kind human being, even though, again, he is keeping Bruce Purkey on a lifelong mission up in the attic to review a bunch of our movies.
I'm not even talking about Bruce. I'm talking about...
Oh, just in general, right? Just sometimes. Oh, don't ever piss off Eric Holmes or get on his bad side because you never know what's going to happen. I've never been on his bad side, I don't think. So well, Bruce has been on his bad side a couple times, and now Bruce is up in the attic just doing podcast
it's hard
stuff.
for Bruce to get on my bad side because I'm already kind of torturing him.
Okay, that's fair.
So I give him grace on that. It's like I am basically kidnapping you and holding you prisoner, so I'll let you get away with that thing, whatever it is.
Eric Holmes, you are a fair and balanced torturer, and that's when fair and balanced works. But as far as torturing people, Bruce Purkey, I hope you're listening to this and you're smiling or at least currently eating people food. But is Eric Holmes he is a fair guy, but what about his dice or his die? Are they fair? Will they roll something fair this month? For our Patreon picks 1 through 15. We have 15 movies. We're going to choose 2 movies. Eric's going to pick 2 movies from the dice or the die. I don't know. I'm not good with words. We have 15 films, number 1 through 5. Thank you, Nathan Day. These are Nathan's picks. Number 1 is Empty Man, The Dark and the Wicked. I don't even know what that movie is. Number 3 is Bad Candy. Don't know what that movie is. Eric, do you know Bad Candy? Does that sound familiar? Number 4.
I know what Candyland is. I like that one.
Love Candyland. Number 4 is The Devil All the Time. And number 5 is Underwater, which, I still haven't seen Underwater. I love that. Yeah, director. I forgot the name of the director who did Underwater. For some reason, it's escaping me, but I think you would know. Land of Bad director. The guy who did Land of Bad.
Is that the one with
The Fountain? No, not The Fountain. Land of Bad and he did something else. Yeah, he's a very good director.
Is that the one with
yes, Kristen Stewart. Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen Underwater. Underwater is really good.
Really good. I forgot. I apologize, guys. I'm usually my brain works, but
it becomes a movie that you didn't think it was going in.
Okay. And dear friend Angie Clark, her picks are number 6 and 7. She picked Vast of Night, love that movie, and I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Number 8 is our buddy Bruce Purkey. You left the attic to give us a movie recommendation. That's His House for Bruce Purkey. And number 9 through 11 is our buddy Matt Stillman. On the Rocks is number 9. Number 10 is The Lovebirds. And number 11 is the 40-year-old version. If I recall, Bruce Purkey really enjoyed that film as well. And last but not least, Stephen Schrock, who is a CinemAddicts Patreon member, he picked 12 through 15. Number 12 is The Assistant. Number 13 is The Hunt. I remember Anderson Cowan loved it, and I think Eric Holmes loves that movie as well, if I'm not mistaken. The Hunt, you like The Hunt? Was it?
I remember it was good, but that was like one of those movies that's banned or whatever, or like got canceled, or like there was like this big thing, the movie people don't want you to see, and I saw it and it's good, but it may have went a little too strong on the marketing jargon there, but
very interesting.
In a vacuum, it was a pretty good movie.
All right, so that is number 13, The Hunt. It was picked by Stephen Schrock. And finally, Stephen's last picks are number 14, Becky, which I did enjoy, and Kajillionaire. Eric Holmes, you're going to pick 1 through 15 with your dice or die.
Becky, we saw a movie, it was Becky something.
Sequel to Becky, yeah. Yeah, remember.
Okay, so Becky's the first one?
First one,
of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Hopefully we get on that one. I
haven't
seen the first one. I like the second one.
Okay. Oh, by the way, our assigned pick is from Stephen Schrock. It's Arkansas.
17, that's not on there, so we got to roll again.
Arkansas are... 11? Okay, what's
the 40-year-old virgin? 40-year-old version.
The 40-year-old version is our number 1. First one? Yeah. Okay,
And then we got 6, Vast of Night.
Vast of Night and the 40-year-old version. That's number 6. Thank you, Angie Clark. And the 40-year-old version. Thank you, Matt Stillman. And again, Stephen Schrock's pick of Arkansas will be our assigned pick. Our assigned pick goes to our regular feed over at CinemAddicts. Speaking of regular feeds, please can subscribe to our CinemAddicts YouTube channel. I'm uploading our other podcast, our old episodes of the Find Your Film podcast as well on that channel. So you guys, if you listen and subscribe to our YouTube channel on CinemAddicts, you will be getting a treasure trove of movie coverage from all three of us. Plus, these audio podcasts are commercial free. If you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you do pay the piper just a little bit. Thank you so much for the listening or fast forwarding through the commercials. But if you want the stuff free, either become a Patreon member or save yourself $4.99 or $5 and join us over at the CinemAddicts YouTube channel. Either way, thank you so much for your support. And thank you, CinemAddicts Patreon members, for continuing to support all three of us and getting us our monthly cheeseburger money, which helps us eat. And it helps Eric Holmes. I thought it was cheeseburger money, but it looks like it's a little bit of Taco Supreme money over at Taco Bell. Not bad, Eric Holmes. I have to applaud you. And at least Claire's not in the back mimicking your voice, your fake voice. I'm Eric Holmes. Can I have a Taco Supreme? No, I'm sure Eric Holmes doesn't do that. He's a very nice and real human being. Eric Holmes, the floor is yours. We have a bunch of movies to talk about. Whatever you want to just discuss.
Let's save the best for last and go with Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe.
Okay. Wow, what a long name. I'm just even tired from Eric Holmes saying the length of this name. He and I really did see this movie. We saw this movie, and there's going to be a huge caveat regarding this review. Now, let me read the official plot synopsis of Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Circe.
There's a plot to this one. All
okay,
right. I'm interested to hear this.
Quote, the latest film adaptation of the trilogy will debut nationwide following its release in Japan earlier this year. So it debuts in North American theaters May 15th. And what does it center on? It centers on, directed by Shuko Murase. The animation is produced by Bandai Namco Filmworks Sunrise Animation Studios. And it centers on the continuing adventures of Hathaway Noah, delivering breathtaking mobile suit battles, emotional depth, and stunning animation. The film continues Hathaway's journey. He is a leader of the resistance movement called Mafti. He and his fellow Mafti members are fighting a corrupt Earth Federation just contingent where there's Earth Federation officers. They believe in, well, there's only a bunch of people who should live on Earth, and the people who are illegal or in their opinion, maybe the the dregs of society, they're usually herded up and tortured. And we see a little bit of torture in the movie as well. But this is Earth Federation forces. They have their elitist viewpoint, and supposedly they might be the big bad in this trilogy. And even though Maftis are terrorists, they have a different POV and a different philosophy. So it's really hard. It's essentially Mafti versus the Earth Federation forces with these fighting robots. And at the heart of this is Hathaway Noah. He is the leader of Mafti, and he's the leader of the movement. His father is a member of the Earth Federation forces. There's a woman named Gigi, or Gigi, they pronounce it Gigi, Andalucia, and it's sort of a love triangle. She has a very close bond to Hathaway, and then she also has a close bond to a leader of the Earth Federation forces. His name is Kenneth, and he is the captain of the Earth Federation. And what you see in this movie is the continuing fight between Mafti and the Earth Federation via fighting robots and whatnot. And that's it. The sequel is 108 minutes. And before Eric Holmes will try to give a review that is probably confusing him, the big caveat I mentioned earlier in this review is I think you really must see Mobile, the original installment. You need to see Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. That's currently streaming on Netflix. If you're interested in, that's only 95 minutes. Anime, 95 minutes. If you don't know anything about this Gundam universe, you're going to have to watch Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway on Netflix, and then that will inform your decision whether you should see Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph. If you don't see the original, you're going to be like Eric Holmes when he tries to explain what's going on or not. You're going to be confused for all 108 minutes. Eric Holmes, your review.
I don't think that's the issue. I think the main issue of this is it's kind of like following stuff, and then they cut to something else, and it's just one of those movies where just
they cut to parts of the experience, and that's why it's prohibitive. They're cutting to flashbacks, which probably happened into different parts that we don't know of.
But still, it's just a series of things that happen, and nothing really connects. If you need a full separate movie to make those things connect, then that's a problem. Because if you're gonna have a separate movie, it should be, I mean, obviously you're going to make reference to other things, but you're still telling a narrative story. So this is part 2. This is a different story that couldn't fit within the first one. If it was that linked, the first one should have just been longer, and then they're the same movie. But this is just kind of like a bunch of things happening. The characters were pretty dull. Every character had main character energy to them, or whatever you call it.
True.
And
yeah.
Greg, who's usually the least interesting character in most movies, especially action movies, the main character. So if every character is the main character, it's just a cast of uninteresting
ciphers, people. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the plot didn't quite get it. It was just a bunch of kind of loose threads that kind of got brought up and didn't really seem to go anywhere. And then they lead up to the final battle at the end, which was pretty cool, but a lot of it was during nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was really dark, because I like the way they had the kind of that grayscale over the animation to make it look real dark, which is cool. It's cool to look at, and it's a neat effect. But to do a full action sequence like that, it's like it's reminiscent of that Rollerball remake where they did the whole thing in the green night vision thing. It was like, why? Your movie, do the fake night lighting so we can see what's going on. I would say the animation is pretty cool in this. Like the 2D animation is good, and then they put a lot of it in 3D backdrops. But the 3D stuff becomes a little, it took me out of it a couple times, especially the part with the windows flapping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not a 2D part, that's a 3D part. And you're watching a bunch of 2D characters, and all of a sudden now there's this 3D image of a thing flapping. So it's 3D background and with 2D characters works, but then when there's certain scenes where it's just 3D, it just takes me out of it a bit. My favorite part about this was the fight at the end, and then they cut to in the middle of the fight, they cut to some story of the characters that I didn't really care about to begin with.
Right, that's true.
Involved in a story that I also didn't care about. The only real thing this has going for it is the animation and some of the neat choices, but overall, this is not for me. I will not be watching the first one because I don't care enough about the story told in this to be curious about how they got there or what happened or anything.
Right. Well, I think I might have had the same review as you did if I did see the second one before the first one. Having seen the first one, however, I did care about the characters. There are still parts in the second installment that was confusing because Eric was saying that there is a flashback towards the final conflict. I'm not going to say who is fighting who in the final conflict, but I will say I think that even reverts back to an earlier historical timeline than the first movie because I think Gundam was created in 1979 and there's been a whole bunch of just different iterations around this universe. So I'm just going from the first movie and the continuation with this sophomore effort in this trilogy. I liked the evolution of Hathaway Noah because he is a reluctant leader. He is torn between being the leader of MAFTI and their principles, but then he sees there are different relationships that are frayed because of his attraction to this mysterious woman named Gigi. And Gigi is also not attracted to, but she's also bonded with the captain, Captain Kenneth. Captain Kenneth sees Gigi as as his lucky human being, lucky person, because whenever she's around, his fellow, I guess, officers or soldiers, he believes that she brings him and the troops very good luck. So it's interesting you have this woman who is torn between both of these factions due to these two men. So that's why I was talking about this love triangle that is brewing forth. And you get to see which person she's possibly leaning towards by the end of this sophomore effort, which I thought was very interesting. The first movie is so much needed because, like Eric was saying, it could have been, if you made this one movie, then look, it's a 200-minute movie. All that said is, I understand, Eric, where you're coming from your review, but with my review, I was 95 minutes ahead of you when I got into this. And while I'm watching this, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, if there are people who have not seen the original, it will be very tough for them to really appreciate the second film. Eric, final thoughts and your rating on this very long movie.
If I was reviewing the first movie, perhaps it'd be higher, but I'm reviewing this one, and this is 2.5, and I think the animation is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here because the characters aren't there, story's not there, and if the story is there, apparently it's in the first one, and they jettisoned it for this one. Who knows? Maybe the big story beats are, hey, remember what happened in the first one? We'll hint at it, but we won't tell you. I just did not get much of this other than eye candy. And hey, if you want eye candy, well, actually, the thing is that a lot of the eye candy is just people talking. Like the cool battle stuff doesn't even happen until the very end, and then even then it's happening at night. So I don't know. It is 2.5. I think that's generous.
For me, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. I'm on the flip side. I really enjoy the characters that is developing within this trilogy. Can't wait to see the trilogy. Really want to consume more of this Mobile Suit Gundam universe. Got me into it. The Netflix film got me into it. This sophomore effort, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe, got me further into this. And there are things, like Eric, there are points of the story that I'm missing out on or trying to understand. And I think I'll understand that if I go deeper within this universe. Eric is not very interested in this universe. For the next, I don't know when the next follow-up is, but I don't know if you're going to see it or give that a shot. But I really love it. I love it. It's 4 stars for me for Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. Again, the big caveat, please see Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway on Netflix.
And then skip this one.
No, don't skip this one. Skip it if you did not like Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway on Netflix, currently streaming on Netflix.
I'll give you that.
Okay, then the sequel, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. It might be interesting. Oh, not Nymph. Is it Nymph? It's not Nymph Circle. It's Nymph Circe. It's weird the way I always thought it was Circe.
Circe.
Yeah, Circe. Yeah, it's Mobile Suit. Yeah, my bad, guys. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. And I would see. Did you watch the dub version or the subtitle version?
Both.
Oh,
so I watched the subtitle version. And then I was kind of confused, so I just felt like I was missing something, and I kind of wanted to see what the dub version was like, so I went back and watched that, not the whole thing, but just enough of the dub version to kind of see how that was. Dub version wasn't bad as far as dub versions go. If that's your preference, this is a good version of that, but they were both equally confounding to me.
Right.
And boring. And my brain kept drifting off to, oh wow, I could be watching Gantz right now, or man, I haven't seen Belle in a while. I just started thinking of like other animes that I would much rather be watching than this.
Okay, well, my apologies. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. And I should have said that at the top. My bad on that. Really love this and looking forward to the final installment in the trilogy, Circe and Nat Circle. My bad on that. All right. Eric and I are completely different. Would love to hear what you guys think of, again, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe.
Overall, it's been getting good reviews, so I might be the odd man out on this one. But
all right, again, and apologies to the
mispronunciation. But then again, these are probably reviewers that also have seen the first one, so
that's true.
Maybe
that's true.
Actually, there was a weird thing about this. So about 25 minutes into it,
right?
It looks like end credits. So at first I thought this was like a TV show, like we were watching different episodes.
Yeah.
Is that just a really long
intro? Just a really long intro. I know it was around 24, 25 minutes in. It's a long intro.
We can't have that because there have been a couple movies we watched with the half-hour cold open. I think one movie was like almost an hour-long cold open or something. You're already in the movie and all of a sudden the opening credits come and say, wait, what's going on here? But
yeah,
I don't know. I didn't love it or hate it. It was just cool. Oh, the music's really good in this too, especially that opening theme song that they play. Opening theme song that they played, like that. And then
I'm assuming you gave a lot of your ratings towards the music, right? Probably you gave an extra half star, maybe 1 star.
I didn't even think of the music till just now, but then I just remembered it just as we're not talking about it anymore. But the Guns N' Roses during the end credits.
Very good, Eric.
And then there's for anyone that cares, there's a post-credit scene too.
Didn't
understand any of that.
Well, I did sort of understand it, but it's not a must-see end credit. But just if you're a fan, you're a fan. You can
know it's there. If you're watching it, you're getting into it. Stick for the credits because there's a thing at the end.
Yes. Yes.
You get to hear Guns N' Roses. That's
not bad at all. And I was driving around today getting I didn't get Taco Bell. I got California Chicken Cafe. Getting my food today. I was listening to the Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the original film, that soundtrack. And I like that as well. And I concur with Eric. I co-sign with Eric. Really love the music for Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. I love how we continue to talk about the movie 5 minutes after we stop talking about the movie, which comes out Friday, May 15th in North America theaters. Tell me, where do you guys stand? Do you agree with Eric Holmes' take as well? Or do you think my 4-star rating is too low? I don't know. Leave us in the comments. Hit us up.
Based on the number score I'm looking at on IMDb and just kind of what I've seen, people seem to dig this. So
all right.
My guess is more people would agree with you than me. But
okay. Eric Holmes, your decision. What do we do next? Obviously, the next movie won't be Driver's Ed because our buddy Bruce Purkey's covering Driver's Ed. That's a new movie coming out as well this week. But what do you want next, Eric?
I was going to check that out, but I didn't get to it. Let's do Magic Hour. I want to end with Forge because spoiler alert, I really like Forge.
Oh, very, very good. I'm excited. Well, Magic Hour. What is Magic Hour in film terms, Eric Holmes? What is Magic Hour?
The time you spend with me.
Oh, I love it. it.
Besides that,
that's true.
Just before evening, like when the sun's at a certain point, that just makes everything on film pop for some reason.
Yes, and in my opinion, this indie film does pop in very interesting terms.
Any shot in any Michael Bay movie you've ever seen, most of it was shot during that's not shot at night was probably shot during Magic Hour.
During Magic Hour. Now, what is Magic Hour about? Quote, this Joshua Tree set film follows Aaron, played by Katie Aselton, and Charlie, played by Daveed Diggs. They're a couple. They're trying to work through a very challenging new phase in their relationship. Again, up in Joshua Tree, they spend, I believe, the weekend or a couple of days at the desert home of their mutual friend. This mutual friend is played by Brad Garrett. Also starring in Magic Hour as Aaron's mother is Susan Sullivan. So Susan Sullivan and Brad Garrett are just great veteran actors who are part of this Magic Hour ensemble. ultimately, though, it's more of a two-hander between Katie Aselton and Daveed Diggs. Aselton is the co-writer in this Magic Hour. She co-wrote the script with Mark Duplass, and she directed Magic Hour as well. Very interesting exploration on a relationship that's really close, but there is something that is, again, it's a challenging part in the relationship, and I won't give too much away, but when there's a challenging part in a relationship, not like I know what a relationship means or is about, but there is a lot of sacrifice, possible pain and heartbreak that is involved, and we explore how each of them, especially Aaron, are trying to process this new phase in their union. And Magic Hour, does it have a relation? It is a film term, like Eric was he described earlier in this review, but Magic Hour also deals with that interesting moment within their relationship where it's really interesting, but it might be a short period of window. It might be a short window. It might be very mysterious as well. What makes Magic Hour so magic for me? It's the performance of Katie Aselton. She's very good in this movie. Daveed Diggs, you get to see his singing ability as well in Magic Hour, and they both work as a couple. I'm not going to even mention or spoil anything about Magic Hour. I'll just say this. If you read reviews of Magic Hour, they will hint towards something, and I'm not going to hint toward it, even though I just did right now. But just if you're listening to this review and are interested or have appreciated the works of Daveed Diggs and Katie Aselton, or maybe you are a fan, I'm sure Eric Holmes is, of Mark Duplass's work, there is that indie spirit behind Magic Hour. Now, plus the fact that it's set in Joshua Tree and it's beautifully shot, it's also a movie too that's a really good feast for the eyes, and it's really a relationship drama exploration coming of age due to a certain situation. So that is Magic Hour. It hits theaters Friday, May 15th. My rating on Magic Hour is 4 out of 5 stars. There will be people who will complain, oh my gosh, this is just a little bit too much for me on the relationship aspect because Aaron is going through a lot of stuff. Charlie's going through stuff as well. They're going through stuff together. It might be a hard watch for people, but for me, I really loved the final act where there is a new element that's added to the relationship or a new point of view that I found really refreshing in these type of relationship films. So even though there's a million relationship exploration dramas out there in the ether for you to explore, I think Magic Hour, for all its intricacies, is worth a look. All right, that is Magic Hour, and that is it for my review. And we are going to end our section of CinemAddicts because Bruce is going to be up in the attic. He has about at least 40 plus minutes worth of movie coverage for us. So thank you, Bruce Purkey, for that. I think Eric Holmes in a few moments will be giving you people food for doing such a great job this week. But Eric and I, we have...
Give him some tacos.
Taco Supremes. Love it, Eric. There's a movie called Forge. It has a standout ensemble cast, including Kelly Marie Tran, Andy Ju, Brandon Suhu, Edmund Donovan, a whole bunch of people. T.R. Knight, you might know him from Grey's Anatomy. And here's the official plot synopsis. It's directed by... Yes, go ahead.
Jing I-ing.
Yeah, Jing I-ing or Jing I-young. I forgot the pronunciation, but very good, Eric.
Ing, but it could be wrong.
Yeah, Ing. So, quote, set against the vibrant and deceptive backdrop of Miami's art world, Forge follows siblings Raymond and Coco Zhang. They run a thriving underground operation selling forged paintings to unsuspecting buyers. Despite their success, they are still financially strapped. That's why they collaborate with a very rich heir named Holden Beaumont, who's played by Edmund Donovan. He recruits them to forge a whole bunch of paintings from his late grandfather because his late grandfather's paintings, they're pretty much destroyed. And it's only up to Coco Zhang, played by Andy Ju, who is amazing in this movie. She is the lead, and I feel like she delivers a magnetic performance. Even though Brandon Suhu is in this as well as playing the brother, it's really hangs on her performance, and he's good as well. Ensemble's good. Also, I did forget to mention Kelly Marie Tran is the FBI agent trying to figure out all these art forgeries that are going on within the Miami community. Very interesting stuff. And I'm going to be quiet right now because I've been talking for quite a bit. Eric Holmes, take it away with your take on and review of Forge?
Well, so first of all, I think one of the really fun aspects of this is learning different. Now, I say learning, air quotes. I'm not a forger. I'm not a fine art connoisseur or anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of this is legit and how much of it is made up for a movie. But I would say the fun of it is still kind of learning stuff. You watch a movie and someone's doing a thing and you're like, oh, I feel, yeah, that makes sense. And then either maybe it tickles your interest and then you can go look up how they really do it. Or maybe just watch it at face value during the movie. But regardless, I like watching the opening bit where the one guy is with Coco.
Coco, right. Yeah. T.R. Knight's character.
She has that painting and he's kind of going through the painting and, oh yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And, oh, hey, here's the thing. Here's how you really know it's real. And then there's a bit of tension there. Which is, don't do the thing that I think you're going to do. And he puts a black light up to it. See that green? That means it's real. And she's, oh yeah, totally. I knew that meant it was real because it's real. And then he's, all right, this is great. So there's a bunch of stuff like that where you kind of get a little insight on how that may or may not work in real life. But at least that's how it works within the movie. And that's fun. There's not much commentary, but there's a little commentary, and there was certainly enough hints that kind of got me thinking of this as I was watching it. You think of old paintings that are worth a lot, and rich a-holes buy it, sell it on different markets to each other, and they buy it for a lot, but then they sell it for more, so they make money off of it. Meanwhile, the original artist that made it died in squalor. And
sure,
it's just,
of course,
it's the commentary in this isn't that strong, but it's there, and I appreciate it. That here's Coco and Raymond doing this crime, air quote. I guess not really air quote. It is a crime. I don't see it as a particularly heinous one, but they're doing this crime, and who are the victims? I can tell you who the victim isn't. The original artist. You know, here's a painting that's worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions. How much did the original artist get off of it? Probably $10. Who knows?
Right, a lot less. Yes.
So it's real easy to fall on the side of Coco and Raymond, the forgers. And then I think we'll talk about the ending later on.
Very good.
Spoilers, but the last shot really hit home, and really it was subtle, but it was like the perfect punctuation to the end of this movie, where it's like, when you set up a movie that well and then you have a ending that understated, it works because it built up to that thing. So just the little look or the little gesture or whatever can mean everything. Whereas if you don't set it up well, it seems like nothing happened. This, from my perspective, this is a case where they set up everything. So when they gave that little gesture or that little look at the end, it just meant everything, and I really enjoyed it. Loved the performances, loved it. Kelly Marie Tran, I loved seeing her. The last time I saw her was in The Last Jedi. Well, no, technically I saw her in The Rise of Skywalker, but I don't like talking about that one. But Last Jedi, I like that, and then they used her for 2 seconds in Rise of Skywalker, which good for her because that movie was trash. But I was excited to see Kelly Marie Tran in another movie. We talked about Daisy Ridley. She was doing the Star Wars, but she never really. We're talking about Daisy Ridley's so good. It'd be neat for being a movie that's as good as she is, but she's never really caught on to anything beyond the Star Wars. This is an example where Kelly Marie Tran, she got to do the Star Wars thing and then come off and then do this, and this is really good, and her character is really good in this.
It's very good, very well done.
Oh, there's a scene with her and Coco towards the end, where we'll talk more about it in spoilers, but I think you know what I'm talking about. The scene with her where
we'll talk about it.
I'll leave it there. That scene was really great, and I was really excited to see Kelly Marie Tran kind of come out of Star Wars into something great like this, and I hope she gets to make more great decisions and be in great movies like this one is.
I think what's interesting about movies like Forge, which are crime heist, just a crime thriller. The filmmaker Jing Aying, or Jing Ayung, however you pronounce the last name, and I apologize. I even asked her how to pronounce the last name, and I should have replayed it before this review. But she said she was influenced by a couple of movies. Deep Cover, directed by Bill Duke. Okay, she loved Deep Cover. And the other one is To Live and Die in L.A. by the late William Friedkin. And then after she said that, Eric, I also mentioned there's a part in the movie where we mentioned Kelly Marie Tran. She is interrogating someone, and then she brings up water lilies. And it's a long monologue, and they're sitting in a diner. And then I asked her, was she influenced by Michael Mann's work in Thief? Because there's a diner sequence there that's very memorable between Tuesday Weld and James Caan. And then, of course, that iconic Heat sequence between Al Pacino and De Niro when they're sitting in a diner and they're talking. Because Michael Mann, he's done some really great diner sequences. And then I asked her about that, and she said, yeah, it's totally influenced by those scenes. That's why you got the really great Kelly Marie Tran thing towards the ending when she's talking to someone.
I can see that, but I will add to it. Now that you say that, I see it. It's not obvious. Like you're not watching it going, oh, they're just ripping off Heat, or they're just ripping off Heat.
Yes,
it's like, now that you say that, I'm like kind of piecing it. Yeah, okay, I can see that, but it's not so brazen that it's like, hey, remember this movie did it? We're doing it too, right? It's more of an actual homage that kind of adds a little flavor to it.
You're very good, Eric. Yes.
If you're like 100%. Me and you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't even pick up on it. But yeah, now that you say it, it totally clicks.
But it still works as its own, right? So, all right, that is Forge. Eric Holmes, what is your final thought and rating? By the way, Forge hits theaters basically I think in LA at the New Art Theater Friday, May 15th, and then May 22nd, it hits the Quad Cinema in New York. The reason why I say this is I believe, I don't know if Eric agrees with me on this, it deserves a wider release. I hope when it does a rollout, it has a good rollout to other cities, because this, in my opinion, is worth watching in theaters. Now, I will say this, a lot of Forge is an Asian cast. I'm Asian American. That's not the reason why. I mean, it's just a really good movie. And if you like if you like art forgery, if you like crime thrillers, and you want some really good performances, I think Forge will be right up your alley. Eric Holmes, I said it was your turn. Your rating and final thought.
So the thing about Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph
Circe, yeah.
Joking. No, I'm going to go 4.5. I think if I watch this again, it might bump up to a 5. I don't even know I'm not giving it a 5, but I'm not. But I feel like it should be. But 4.5 still good. And this, yeah. In fact, yes. Well, once we do the spoiler talk, I reserve the right to bump this up to a 5 after we have some spoiler talk.
I will say this, my initial rating of Forge maybe several days ago was 4 stars, and I entered it on Letterboxd as 4 stars. I'm going to follow Eric's suit, and I'm going to bump my rating up to 4.5 stars. So people know when I switch up my rating on Forge, it bumps up to 4.5, because this is a movie.
Just so you know, this is half star better than Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway and the Sorcery of Nymph Circe.
Very good.
Only by half a star.
By half. Oh, no, I love that. I enjoyed that movie, but I really enjoyed Forge. And I think Eric might even bump it up to 5 stars once we get into spoilers. But look, 4.5 stars is a really good rating for Forge. Again, in LA, May 15th, New York, May 22nd. And then in subsequent weeks, it'll be in more cities, and we will keep you informed on that. Really great stuff. And that's it. Eric, we're done for this episode. We're going to talk about spoilers in a second. Do you want to say anything before we get over to Bruce Purkey?
Yeah, watch Forge. And once we get done talking spoilers, I'm probably going to bump this up to a 5. So just imagine that. The movie's just good. Just go watch it. Who cares about number scores?
100%.
Hey, Forge's a half-star movie, but it's brilliant and you should watch it. Forge is 6.9. You know what? Maybe Forge is a 3.5. Doesn't matter. Movie's awesome. Whatever number or letter you want to put on, doesn't matter. Go watch Forge. Totally worth your time.
All right. That's a ringing endorsement from Eric Holmes. And remember, you should trust Eric Holmes more than Greg Srisavasdi. Why? Well, because his niece and nephews don't mimic his voice. When he goes to Taco Bell and says, "Hi, I'd like an order of your taco." He doesn't have a fake voice. Eric Holmes has a real voice. This is my fake voice. All right. Do I have a real voice even? All right, folks. Most importantly, fake voice or not, who cares?
Oh,
yeah. Eric said Forge, and then he's going to say something else before we get out of here. Yes, Eric Holmes.
I'll save it for next week. I watched the Speak No Evil, the remake.
Yeah.
I'll just say it's real good, and the last half is different than the original. So if you've seen the original Speak No Evil and you like that, the new one's worth watching. There's enough. They took a similar story about the halfway point, kind of veered off in a different direction, and so definitely worth your time.
Okay, and then I'm going to glad hand one more time before we're out of here, Eric Holmes. If you want to support us over at CinemAddicts, check out our CinemAddicts YouTube channel. Please like it, share, subscribe to our channel, follow it. Commercial-free audio pods there, okay? We're there, number one. Number two, our Patreon. It's only $5 a month. Catch all early episodes for our podcast, and then spoiler stuff. Speaking of spoiler stuff, Eric and I will talk spoilers in Forge. All right? We're going to put that up on our CinemAddicts YouTube. What Patreon members will get, however, is the exclusive video that I have with the director and the actors talking about the Forge ending, Eric. That's going to be for our CinemAddicts Patreon. Yeah, I'm going to write it up on Deepest Dream, but our Patreon members will always get, when I talk to the filmmakers and actors about spoilers, Patreon members will only, that video and audio will only be walled off and housed on our CinemAddicts Patreon. Yes, Eric Holmes?
One other thing, Bruce let me know about this other day. Project Hail Mary is available to stream by whatever. You can watch it at home now.
Oh, cool.
So I will be leaving CinemAddicts because I will not be watching any other movies ever again. I'm only going to be watching Project Hail Mary from now until I die.
It will be sad.
Project Hail Mary, Gremlins 2, and Groupers. Those are the only 4 movies I'll ever be watching. Maybe I'll watch Forge once or twice.
Okay, maybe you watch Forge once or twice. Very good, Eric. Oh, one more thing before we go. For next week, for CinemAddicts episode 345, for movies coming out the week of Friday, May 22nd, we have about, my goodness, 6 movies. Eric Holmes. First off, number 1 is Ask E. Jean. Eric Holmes has already seen it. It's a documentary, correct, Eric?
Yes, and so I've already seen it, so that's not gonna be the Project Hail Mary will not conflict with that. So we're good.
There's another movie.
The rest of them I have not seen. I will not be watching them because I'll only be watching Project Hail Mary.
That's fair, Eric. Number 2 is Corporate Retreat. I requested screen links. There's another movie. I think it's a horror movie. It's called Saccharin. I don't know. Eric says he doesn't have it in the mail. Maybe we'll see if Eric has it in the mail. Number 4 is Reckless. I did request for it. I don't know if we're going to get it. It's a Scott Adkins movie, Eric.
Okay, so I won't be totally watching Project Hail Mary.
At number 5 is a movie called Sick Puppy, which is a way Eric and I, we talk behind Bruce's back and we call him a sick puppy. Bruce Purkey is a sick puppy. What do you think, Eric Holmes? Sick puppy? It says Bruce Purkey.
I gave him talk to Supremes.
Okay, no, I guess he's a not so sick puppy, but I'm bummed. Okay, and lastly, number 6 is a movie called Giant, which if Eric lifts his Project Hail Mary ban, it's a boxing movie. Pierce Brosnan, Eric and I, in general, we cover Scott Adkins films and boxing movies. It's just right up our alley. I don't know. So, and the publicist told me I sent Eric Holmes that screening link just now for Giant. So don't you tell me, Eric Holmes, that you don't get it. So you have it. You should have it in your mail.
I'll pretend that I didn't get it because I'll just be watching Project Hail Mary. But,
all right, that's fair.
I don't know for sure, but I think me and Bruce, I might pull him out of the attic to do some spoilers on the drama. And hopefully, because I don't think he's seen Project Hail Mary yet, but now because he has trouble getting to the theaters because of personal stuff.
Right.
But now that it's playing at home, he'll be able to watch Project Hail Mary. So maybe we'll be able to kind of complete. We did that Project Hail Mary months ago before the movie came out.
Sure.
So maybe we'll see about following that up and kind of putting a
little bow to it, the whole thing, or a stamp to the whole thing.
Put a bow on that.
Cool.
I don't know for sure. We'll see if it comes out of the attic, but that's what we've been talking about. So hopefully that'll be in the near future. We'll see what happens.
Well, if you see Bruce and we talk to him this weekend about the drama spoilers, please tell him I didn't say hi. Okay.
Well, the problem is when I see Bruce, I just look down and just walk past him because I'm ashamed of how I treat him.
As you should, Eric Holmes. Well, we've said so many bad things about Bruce Purkey. We all know he's a great guy. Check out Bruce Purkey over at the CinemAttic. Hey guys, what's up? It's Greg Srisavasdi. What's going on? Very quickly, Bruce Purkey's CinemAttic. We'll have to wait one more week because he did do a recording, but when it came back, there was a double layer on the audio, so there is a bit of a feedback on his reviews. So it sounds like he's doing these reviews on a mountain with an echo, a little bit of a double echo. So just FYI, and he'll be back next week. I know he's the legit reviewer out of all of us 3, so I know you guys miss Bruce Purkey, but he'll be back, and thanks so much for supporting us here on CinemAddicts. Take care. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.